Hey guys, Driven to Chunk here. We're going to quickly just do a brief overview of map changes for Season 9 for Project Diablo 2 this coming Friday to help people not make any mistakes when they get into mapping with their character, because immunities are changing as well as tier lists. So the favorite map that you like to run might have different immunities, and it'd be a shame for someone to hop into a map and not realize that and lose a hardcore character or something, which I probably would do if I didn't review this. So right now, I'm just going to leave an overview, blown up image right here of this chart that we'll go over a little bit, but you guys can screen cap this so you can use it as reference when you end up mapping, just to double check to make sure that you don't open up a map that might not be so great for your character. They will, of course, have tool tips that say it on the map as well, but this is just kind of a good little heads up thing as we near the launch of Season 9, Project Diablo 2. Anyway, getting back to it, I just do want to say a quick shout out to everybody who's subbed from the last video. Appreciate all the views and all the likes. I love the Project Diablo 2 community. Even you fucking whiny bitches. The community is great. And overall, this mod is amazing. It's hard to even fathom going back and playing not just Diablo 2, but Diablo 2 Resurrected without some of these quality of life changes and all the work that Senpai and the rest of the development team, whether it's on the actual mod himself or the website, which the website got a lot of great changes as well. And I suggest everyone getting familiar with using the website. Yeah, they just do a great job with the mod. So again, thank you for the support and happy to be part of the community. So let's just do a quick overview of what we have. Over on the left, we have Season 8, what the maps and immunities were. And then over on the right, we have what Season 9 maps and immunities were. And the reason what they're doing, they're wanting to accomplish with this is it's a good way to shake up, allowing people to experience more end game content that they previously couldn't, because maybe there were a physical jabs on or a poisons on and javelin, and they couldn't run certain maps. Well, now it's going to change up some of these maps. So now what was your favorite map now might not be. So I know for one that since I'm going to be doing a Zealer this season, previously I couldn't do like example here, Ancestral Trials. I can't highlight this chart for some reason, but Ancestral Trials was a no-go with all the phys immunes. No-go at all. You could do it with amp damage and stuff like that, but it was just slower. But now it's still tier 2, but now there's no physical immunes. Now there is only, instead of physical, fire, and poison like in Season 8, now there's only going to be lightning and poison immunes. So that's awesome. Really going to enjoy that. Not everyone is getting a change, but some of them are. One of the big ones that I noticed is what was a tier 1 map, Ruined Cistern or whatever. That's now a tier 3 map. It used to do just magic, cold, and poison immunes in Season 8. Now it's magic, fire, and cold. So not a big change in immunes so much, unless, of course, you are a poison immune. Now you can run Ruined Cistern. So that's kind of what they're doing for these maps to help people experience some of the more end game content that they just might avoid and never run those maps and stuff like that. So excited to be able to take characters on a different kind of journey this year, or this season, I should say. These are all the changes listed out. I'm not going to go over them. We'll go over just some other basic changes that they did. Several maps have gone through balance changes. I'm not sure if that's just including the immunity rework. Maybe there's some other stuff. They added tooltips to map crafting items. Map recipes can now use any rune instead of just Thol Plus. That is huge. Now all those dead runes that are just collecting dust in your stash can be put to greater use, and you don't have to sacrifice your more precious ones like your Thols, your Soul, or Shell, or whatever, or have to, cube up to make more Thols. So that's very nice. Fallen Guardian's unique map reduced jewel drop rate from 4 to 6 to 2 to 2. I didn't play Season 8, so I did not experience any of the unique map. So that'll be interesting to do. Another big change that they did with map is they're boosting overall map density. Map-based density has been increased by roughly 65%. Map density prefixes and suffixes have been reduced by 50%. That's just to balance out what they changed with overall map density getting buffed, but it did not change any of the corruptions. As it says here, corruptions remain the same density modifier values. This will result in maps having more consistent density values and require less rerolls, so it won't take as long to get those big, juicy 300 plus percent density maps. That's a very big change, as well as the being able to use any rune. That's awesome. Quality of life. Again, I will leave another blown up image of this chart just so people can familiarize themselves with the new tier system as well as the new immunity board. We'll go over map events here and maybe do Ubers as well. Map events, the Treasure Fallen now have a chance to drop higher runes up to For some reason I thought they could drop them higher, but that's fine. Treasure Fallen now drop crafting infusions, which can be combined with an item to create a craft of the associated type. So for Crafters League, this last go, which I did play, Treasure Fallen were dropping just these little consumables, these little gems that you put in the cube with whether it's a safety, blood craft, vampiric craft, bountiful craft, caster craft, whatever it is. You just, instead of getting all the materials, you put the infusion, which are stackable. Again, in this mod, everything's stackable, which is amazing. You put that infusion in there with whatever item you want to craft into, and boom, you have that. It's very nice. Moving on, fixed mobs from the Pandemonium Key event being invisible in some maps. I don't know if I ever experienced that one, but maybe I did. Shadow of Mendelin is now untargetable. So one of those map events. I'm sure it was really annoying for your spawns that they were targeting him instead of doing damage to the actual waves he was spawning. Oh, nice little quality of life thing there. We'll go over Ubers a little bit because I guess they kind of fall under the map board or at least end game content board. Ubers added flavored text to Uber crafting materials, a little flair. Uber's map/Uber items will now display their level requirements within the tooltip. Standard of heroes has been moved to Uber Ancients, so now it's not dropping an Uber Trist. It's only dropping an Uber Ancients to get more people doing Uber Ancients, which are fun. One will always guaranteed drop with a chance for an additional one for each additional Uber Ancient killed. So you can have, I guess, up to 3 that drop. That's pretty cool. Remove the useless level requirement listed on Standard of Heroes. Moving on to Declone and Rathma stuff. Cubing a Vision of Terror, which is for Declone, or the Void Stone, which is to do the Rathma fight, by themselves will cycle through the difficulty tiers for free. So previously, you had to use a certain tier rune as well as the Visions of Terror or the Void Stone to unlock the higher difficulty fights for Rathma and Declone. Now, you just put the Vision of Terror in the cube. You cube it once just by itself, it goes to tier 2. Cube it again and go, or tier 1. Cube it again, it goes to tier 2, and then it cycles back through. So I'm not too sure. Is there only 2 tiers now? There are only 2 tiers of the fight. Interesting. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I like this one. Uber Ancients increase their Uber Ancient sigil drop rates by 15%. That's really nice because sometimes you just sit on one sigil and you have to either go trade for the other one. So hopefully it will be a little easier getting all 3. Moving on to Uber Tristram, has been remade within our own code instead of being based within the D2GS. D2GS. I don't know what that is. I'm too stupid. Maybe someone can comment and tell me how dumb I am for not knowing what that is, but I'm not a modder. Anyway, this should fix some bugs such as Ubers becoming immune to some elements. Again, I can't remember if I've had to deal with that bug. Anyway, Uber Tristram, you can now be open in single player without pluggy. Blocked buildings in Uber Tristram from being able to be entered to prevent some cheese during the Uber Tristram fights. Entering Uber Tristram teleports everyone as normal, and now additionally spawns 3 single-use gray portals. So you get 3 uses to go back to town for during Uber Tristram to hopefully help people be able to enjoy some more end game content. Fix the for the Rathma fight. Fix the Sin Sanguine bearers, whatever the blood golems, to spawn properly. Fix Rathma fights. Mendelin phase. Outer ring poison sometimes not hitting, so maybe that's going to make it a little more difficult. Tier 2 Rathma difficulty reduced. Okay, well, it's reduced for Tier 2. Added a new character bound seasonal achievement aura to any player who completes Tier 2 Rathma. These are just the auras for D-Clone and Rathma. If you're the first 3 to get it, you will get Super Saiyan 2 Lightning Effect aura. And that's about all I really want to go over today in this video. Again, I would suggest trying to screenshot this this chart to remind yourself of what maps have what immunities. And I look forward to the season launch tomorrow. I'll be streaming on Twitch. I'm going to try to get a YouTube stream going. And again, thank you for all the support. Appreciate it. Season 9 is going to kick ass. We're going to do a Zealer, hardcore, and we'll hopefully enjoy some of this endgame content. And thanks for watching the video. See you guys in Season 9.